Okay, we're live. Well, that was awesome. This YouTube live thing, always frustrating. Don't know how it works. Technology, blah, blah, blah. All I wanted to do was make armor in the garage today out of some metals. But I wasn't sure what yet. And I have some templates here for armor that I haven't made yet. I've made the templates, but I haven't even cut them out yet. So, I'm gonna cut this out. This is part of a leg piece. I've never even made a leg armor piece before. I've made so many helmets that I don't actually remember how many, but I know the numbers somewhere like north of 60, no more than 73. I should have numbered them or counted them, but I just didn't care. So, let's get rid of these ones. These are the best. Oh no, I've cut into this already. I haven't even used it yet. I got a new tool to help me, a nice pair of Bosch Shears for pneumatics. So if my air compressor turns on at any point in time in the next whatever, just wait. It'll shut off in a bit, or I'll kill it, one or the other. Shut it off. There we go. I think these, when I made this, I had a pair of legs and I scaled it up a touch to see if it would fit my legs. Let's hope it fits my leg. There, eat that. I don't even know if I have metal big enough. I guess I should have checked to see if I have metal big enough to make this piece of armor. What's that at the bottom there? What's that? Is that big enough? That's not quite big enough. It's not quite big enough. Come on. I order my metal from metal supermarkets in Ontario here, and I get it cut to manageable sizes for me because I don't like having a big honking piece of metal I gotta cut a thing out of every time. But let's see, thigh piece like this, right? Be a little bigger, but it doesn't need this big of a piece on the inside. Or is that on the outside? Nope, that's definitely the front inner thigh to knee. And that piece can be shorter. All right, here we go. We're improvising already. This piece can be shorter. Look at that. Sharpies. Always got to have a Sharpie on hand. And there we go. Can always cut a little more off, but you can't cut a little more on. How does that joke go? You can't cut a little more on, they'll call the cops on you. Bad joke. There we go. Here, I'll move the camera so you can see what I'm doing now. Wow. Look at my beard. It's so long. Longer than my chest. There we go. We got this. Have at her. Problem with metal supermarket parts, when they come, they're still razor sharp. They're not friendly. They will bite. Definitely gonna have the compressor kick on in a second, not by choice, just because my tank's too small. There you go. I'm gonna cut this out again. Oh my goodness, here we go. Already started fighting me. Let's go. won't do that again. That was so loud. Well, maybe not online, but right here, next to my face, is my air compressor. Right here. So, a little loud on my end. Alright. Supposed to file all the edges down, but I do have a new belt sander. Not new, but my dad brought it over. Wonder if it's on. Not even plugged in. Ah! Helmet's just falling all over the place. Come on. This is plugged in here. Where is this plug in? Oh, it's on the floor. There we go. There. Now I'm just belt sand this real quick. Another helmet in the way. People come pick up their things. Why does everyone want you to deliver things? There's a good point. Oh, hold on. There's a good point to point out here. Sand the cut edge first, or file the cut edge first, then go back and then profile it. This side's got some bending from the saw I just used, or the shear. I'm gonna flatten it just a little bit. Just a little bit. See, that looks all right. I'm just gonna break the sharp edge off of it. I don't want to use a file. It's gonna take me 10 seconds on here. So, maybe longer than 10 seconds. too terrible. Don't want to overlook buffing the edge. Sharp edge will cut you. Got scars on my body from sharp edges. Thanks, Wiley. If you're not actually meaning to kill somebody, don't put sharp edges on your metals. Let's see. If I can feel anything, I'm going to take the edge off. Like if it's sharp or snags at all, I'm going to take it off. And I also took some edges down a little bit, so it's a nicer profile. Let's see. Something like this. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to dish this out. And I normally will make 2 pieces of whatever if there's going to be one on each side. And then I will choose which side of the metal looks nicer for the outside. Because I like to leave this coating on the steel. This is hot rolled steel. It's not cold rolled steel. So it actually has like built-in rust resistance properties on this surface. And it's nice and smooth. There's a little bit of oxidization through the coating. There's a lot of spots on this side. So I'm going to make that side the inside. Which means it's going to curve out that way. So I'm going to go dish it out. Maybe I can move the camera. What do you think? Think that'll work? Oh, over to the dishing stump. Hammer's ready. Look at that. Oh. Whoop. There we go. More loud noises. What did I say? That way, right? Don't forget custom hammer. What do you think? Just gotta go the other way. Nice. So that's plenty this way. Oh, let's see. Let's get the other stump. You guys can see the other stump too. Where's the other stump, you say? Right down here. This one's got a V-notch in it. Helps me straighten it out. How's that fit? Oh yeah, a little better already. There we go. There's an upper leg tie, whatever. Woo! Should protect against almost anything. Quite happy with the general outside shape of this. Getting all sweaty now. Okay. So much work. Work. There we go. Look at that. Now, I have to planish this a little bit because it's all lumpy. All right. Done with this hammer for a minute, but I might just use that because it's the right shape. So I have custom hammers that I've purchased, basic hammers, like cheap ones. Let's see, this one's unmodified. This one's unmodified, but they come with little machined edges on them. They're textured on a lathe, I guess they're tapered and textured. But what I do is I buy those hammers when they're cheap instead of forging them or buying ones that somebody else has made, and I make my own profiles. I buff it down. This one's got a radius this way. This one's got like a full circle radius. This has only got it, what is it, cylindrical shaped? This one only shaped one way. And then this one is a not so deep of a spherical shape. This one is quite a bit more, what is that, convex? Right? This side is still stock. I haven't changed it at all. But this one's really convex for that particular stump. What I do is, if I make a stump, I'll make a hammer to match the stump. So that hammer is for the other side of that stump, which has got a shallow dish in there for like repairs and stuff. I've made some helmets out of it, but I had a hard time getting the right shape. Let's see. I might have some old pieces here. Here's the two. Here's two different hammers, two different stumps. This is the shallow one that I showed you here into the shallow stump with not a very sharp radius. This one has a much smaller radius. You can see there's more dishing into the stump, so I use the bigger stump. It's got a matched the radius in there is matched to this, so you can see there's two completely different results. One is much deeper than the other. That's what she said. Okay, and planishing is so much fun. Makes my eyes bleed. I do have this. This is like a planishing hammer on a rig, but I don't like it as much as being able to do it by hand. And it uses the air compressor. So if I'm not listening to music in my headphones, I don't like to use it. So we go like this. So I'm not actually hitting square on the hammer, pinching the material between the two surfaces, between this hammer and this hammer. I'm hitting just offside of it. So the material is moving, but it's not getting pinched, so I'm not denting it, so it's not going to make it any thinner. That's a very important thing to do too. getting flatter. I think I can move the camera a little closer. And then you can see what I'm really doing up close. Let's see. Oh, almost died. Let's see. We can move this. Such good camera skills when there's no editing. Oh yeah. What would happen if I put it right on the workbench? Would it wiggle? Huh? What do you think? Would it wiggle? There's the disadvantage of having the hammer in the vise. When you want to go certain distance over and you hit the handle of the hammer, it can get in the way. You can rotate your workpiece and keep going, but I wouldn't want to make a large bowl with this. I didn't even mention this is 14 gauge, but it feels like 12 gauge. I'm using a tiny hammer and it doesn't feel like it's moving it too much, but it is my only small planishing hammer. I don't have a big one that weighs more, but again, avoiding dents. Not so lumpy anymore. Fits all right. A little lumpy at the top there. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, I can curve this piece in a little bit more. I'm gonna go to the dish real quick and hit it a couple of times just to bend that piece around a little bit. There you go. That's still sticking out too much. Let's bend it. On this one just a little bit. And we'll see how that looks. See. All right, fix that a little bit. Metal will resist anything you try to do with it. If you bend metal one way, it's going to open up the other way. It's stubborn, but anything will move when you convince it enough. Sometimes it takes a bigger hammer. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of fire. Just up a little bit. Here's not flat. I know there's guys out there that make armor very specific to the person that they're selling it to or making it for or whatever. But for me, I'm 6'3", 230 pounds, and fairly average shape. So when I make armor for other people, I use my body and then I scale it either up or down, just a little bit based on what I see. I can go on somebody's Facebook profiles actually and look at their head from a side and from front and see which way their head is shaped, and I usually get pretty close. But for helmets, I've been making people come here for fittings just to make sure they're perfect. But every once in a while, you get somebody who's just so weirdly dimensioned that is very challenging. Some people take casts of the person they're making armor for, but that seems like a lot of extra work. So a little bit of guesswork. A little bit of guesswork and some quick impromptu armor fitting when delivery day is here will go a long way. I'm going to use the planishing hammer. It's going to shake the whole building. It's going to have the air compressor running. It's going to be noisy, but it'll come up with a nice finish. Let me just take this garbage bag off of here. There you go. And place it over here. So I'm going to take the camera off of the workbench again, because I'm undecisive. I don't have a production crew to do it for me. Soaking wet. It's hot. I think it's only 26 degrees right now outside. But in the garage, it feels like it's way hotter. Like 30. And I'm doing stuff. Why would I ever want to do stuff? Hello? Can you go? Hello? Can you go? All right, here we go. You guys are all locked in. I'm gonna turn the air compressor on. It's gonna fill up. I'm gonna start using that. It's gonna keep draining the air compressor until I'm done. And then I will go back to talking then. Oh no, where did the air compressor switch go? Oh, come on. Oh, I got it. Okay, bye. to me, pretty straight, a couple of small spots. Why is it so loud? It's so loud because the air compressor is still on. So it's pretty smooth. And the reason that this is gonna be okay is because I'm wrapping it. I'm wrapping it in red. I'm gonna find some leather scissors when my scissors. This rigid drill. I do make myself a table. I'm going to put this leather on the table and try to use as little as possible. This kinda would leave me a chunk here. I don't necessarily want to waste it. Leather, this one particular leather, it says 29.25, and that's per square foot approximately. So you get a little bit of extra. Ooh, let's do this. Keep it off the iron floor. This probably is not a bad spot to rip it out from. Let's go this way. I want it to wrap around the outside. So, looks like I'm gonna lose a bit. Not ideal. Let's go back to the other side. Right on the end. Something like this. This might actually be the best spot to cut this from, because I have a couple other small pieces I know I'm going to make out of the edge. I'm going to cut the leather. Oh look, now you can see what I'm doing. So I can cut a piece of leather out of here and save that for the rest of it. Right, you don't have to be so accurate if you're gonna do things my way. You're just gonna get it done. Oh my goodness. Just cost 50% of the value of the rest of this leather right now. No more long pieces. I think when you buy leather, if you're just buying small pieces, you're paying a premium for cutting off the big piece. It's cheaper per square foot to buy the whole half a cow. Or deer, or whatever you want. But I am not a leather armor expert. I am a leather armor consumer. I consume leather to make armor, and I fight people's faces for it. Save that for later. I want to take this piece out too. I don't know if I want to do anything to this. It's not veg tan, but it is leather armor, or leather armor. It's gonna be leather armor. Right now it's still just leather. But it's leather I bought to make armor a couple years ago. And then I started and I got my kidney belt. I'm not gonna make a kidney belt out of metal. I'm gonna make it out of leather. I don't get hit too hard all the time. Going to avoid getting hit and wear comfortable armor and maybe use these legs, but I don't really have good leg armor. So this is probably step one of it. This will definitely work. Talk about a rhino hide. I like it. I'm gonna glue it, and then I can drill through it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spray glue it. Let's do this. like that. Put the scissors up. Where's my glue? I'm going to use a super adhesive. If this will work, I could use contact cement, but why? Why not use a water-based glue? I have used this stuff on suede, and it turned out just fine. I've used this on suede interior for a car, and it lasted the heat. Now, which way was this? The other way. This way? This way, right? Something like that. Now, I've got some time to work with this leather before the glue sets up because it's not instant, right? So, what I'm gonna do is get my drill. Where's my drill? Alright, I'm going to get a drill. Oh, here, I just had it too. And I'm going to use large rivets. So, back over here, I think. You know what? Let's do this. Avoid the drill. And we're gonna put in rivets using the punch. Come on here. Pull it tight. Oh, come on, it doesn't fit. No way. It's gotta fit. It's gotta fit. Come on. Come on. Oh, here we go. You can see where I'm punching. There we go. Here we go. Wonder if I can get another one in there. Can't do it. Just can't do it. But I know the size of a drill bit it is. Alright. So, find me some copper washers. Or I will sacrifice some leather. Alright. I've got no copper washers. But I do have my hand dandy steel rivets will oxidize and cut through this leather in no time. It will destroy All of it. What else do we got here? Oh, what's this? Brass. Maybe brass. Take a second here. Oh, hey. Brass rivets. No washers. Can you believe that? What else do we got? Copper washers. I wonder if these will fit on those brass rivets. You know what? Let's see. This would be fantastic. Oh no. Are these too small? Oh wow. These are perfect. Oh, and they look cool too. Two-tone. Thank goodness for not being prepared. I think it'll look pretty good. And it'll look alright. Let's get a hole in there now. What size is this? It's a much smaller hole than the one I just hammered into my workpiece. I'm going to put that box. Oh, there it is. I got probably just enough to do this thing. Too small. This might be good enough. Couple of drill bits. Let's do this. Drill right into my thumb. Ready? Ow! I did, actually. Let's try a different way. Don't want to be drilling through my fingers. Oh, let's put a piece of wood behind it or something. That'll work. Pull it tight. I can drill. There we go. Let me get this new. I think I should put a copper washer on the outside, sharp side down, and a copper washer on the inside. What do you guys think? That'll be all right too. Maybe. Maybe a bigger hole. Oh, we're good. All right, set it up. I got my riveting already. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's pull some more of this around. I think if I pull it all the way around, the whole hunk of metal will eventually be soaking wet by the sweat on my body. That's what it's gonna be. How far should it be? This far. Width of the box away. And on change of directions. You know what? I know I'm gonna have to drill them all now. No punching, no shortcuts. I'm gonna put it on a piece of wood. Probably gonna not have this piece of wood when I'm done for the holes. But So excited to be making some leg armor. I cannot tell you, and if I did, you wouldn't believe me. Oh, here we go. There's another one. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. The second hole through the leather, even though I backed it, oh, there's some steel chips in it. Maybe that's why. I do have a leather punch around here. What am I doing? Probably punch somewhere in the hole. Oh yeah, here we go. There's number 2. For me, the longest anything takes is, aside from getting motivation to start doing something, is riveting. This is the only time that I've found that if I had an apprentice, that would be like helpful. Here, hold the rivet for me while I swing a hammer at it. Not exactly. No! I don't want to lose it. I do have a rivet gun I made out of a chipping hammer. Whew. My hands are starting to hurt bad from that planishing hammer here. Oh yeah. That's 2. Oh well, that's 2. So look at that. Would you just look at it? Probably gonna finish this when my fingers don't hurt. And just like everyone else, I can be lazy. Oh yeah. I guess another thing you could use is the brass screws. If you don't have brass rivets or no access to it, make some brass screws. Take off the thread. Buff it down a little bit even. No. Alright. Let's get this on here. This will definitely look pretty. Once it's all done. So much harder to sandwich the rivets between 2 washers. No! I only got 3 washers left. But I am definitely going to need to make a trip down and buy more. And some friends of mine. No! I'm going to lose another washer. I know it. Ah! I lost another one. We're down to 2. We're down to 2 washers here, ladies and gentlemen. Which means I'll probably put in 1 rivet. No. Winning. Winning. And look, more sweat on my body. On to my armor. Check that out. That's gonna look pretty good. It's gonna look good with these rivets. Can you see? Brass rivets with copper. And all it's doing is holding the back of it down. I'm gonna trim this up a bit. Stick that down. And look, got myself some new leg armor. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. I need to order more rivets. I got enough for one, but I know if I start it, I'm not going to end up finishing it because I got one more rivet. Maybe I'll put it together again some other day. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this armor. Come on, hit me. Hit me, I dare ya! Can't even see it, can you? Look. Here you go. Check it out. Here's my new leg armor. Steel plate under some leather. Some lumpy glue bits. No problem. I gotta order some more rivets, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rivet it all the way around just like this. Definitely. I really should drink some water. Let's put this on the bench with all the other unfinished armor pieces I've got. And then call it there. Over an hour anyway. Let's put these big ones away. Okay. Still all set up as per usual. Never tear anything down. You need it. Making armor. Can you believe it? I made a whole leg piece in an hour. Not quite finished. My face dirty? My face is dirty. It was clean when I came in here, believe it or not. I mean, don't go to the beginning of the video and check, but it's got to be true. Okay, bye. Every time I press the button, it doesn't end right away. Yes, end. Okay, bye.